Hi, cat. Come and get some mango, baby.
One, two, 1, 2, 3. Self-awareness is a superpower. My name is KathyLaDonna. Welcome to Soul and Vibration. I hope the free thinkers are doing well. And if you're not doing well, I'm happy to remind you that you are the most powerful person that you know. You are the most powerful person that you know because only you can create your reality. Hey guys, today is Friday, January 19th, and the energies in the day adds up or reduced to number 1 vibration. If today is your birthday, happy birthday. I don't know why I find myself feeling a little bit jittery or nervous or something. It feels like almost like there's a lot, like something overlapped from yesterday. It's almost like for some of us, like maybe we avoided something yesterday and now we're anticipating having to face that thing head on today or dealing with that thing today. It's like yesterday, maybe something was supposed to come to an end. Like I think of like what's coming to mind is like, say someone was going through somewhat of a breakup yesterday and one of the two people were able to kind of like say, can we talk about it tomorrow type of vibe. And it's like today you're going to have to deal with what happened yesterday or wrap up something from yesterday or come face to face with someone about something that we got a chance to kind of like slide out of yesterday, where I find myself a little bit like not shaky, but it's like anticipating something today. Let's see what spirit animal we're working with. The butterfly. And the butterfly energy brings me to transformation. The butterfly energy brings me to transforming of the thought. It's like a new perspective, a new way of seeing things is what comes to mind when it comes to the butterfly energy. And I'm seeing the butterfly energy also similar to the magician energy. The reason why is because I think of how many stages the butterfly goes through before it gets to the butterfly. And from all of those stages, it's like a prereq. And I feel like every experience we're having is a prereq to life in the sense that yesterday's experience was preparing us for today, or a few days ago, experience or thought process or mindset or emotions was creating today. I think about how some of us, we might consume something that's not good for us in this moment and we don't experience the side effects until a few moments later or hours later or even a day later or whatnot. But it's like everything is a prereq building up to the next. So with the butterfly energy here, this is saying that like you're equipped, you're good, you have what you need, you have what it takes. It's like the thought that's coming to mind is this quote that I have, where I'll share and say like, you have enough, like just you being you is enough to empower, influence, or change someone's life forever. Just you being you. It's like people take for granted their level of influence because we've been conditioned to think that, like you need to be on this huge world stage and have this crazy following or whatnot. Just your interaction with another person, the way how you make another person feel, like a domino effect that can impact and, influence and even change so many people's lives. So, we take for granted our impact and feel like it needs to look a certain way when it really, it doesn't. It's important for us to know that it doesn't. Don't take your impact for granted. Don't take yourself for granted. And when it comes to the tarot, we have the 7 of Wands in a reversal position. In the upright position, this person is defending themselves. In the reversal position, I like this energy in the reversal position because I think of the number 7 energy, we're introspective, we're diving deep. When I'm looking at this card now for the first time in the upright position, it makes me think of like someone preparing themselves for some kind of a battle, because the number 7 for me is like the mind. It's reflective energy. It's Neptune energy. So I think of sometimes when someone pisses us off and we're thinking about what it is that we're going to say to them and how we're going to handle the situation. It's like, that's how I'm seeing this energy here. In the reversal position, like the butterfly energy is coming to realization that, like, you know, this is unnecessary. Like, I don't need to waste my energy anticipating, planning, or thinking about anything that is just not productive or is just not worth my time, my energy, or my attention. I look at today how the sun and Pluto conjunct each other at the exact degree, like at 29 degrees. Pluto is getting ready to move into Aquarius tomorrow. And I'm excited about Pluto's transition into Aquarius, because at the end of its transition through Capricorn, I feel like it was life-changing for a lot of us, those of us who took advantage of that wave. And of course, you know, things will come from the 20-something years that Pluto is going to move through Aquarius when it comes to different groups and communities and things like that. But, you know, when I think of a conjunction and Pluto is conjuncting the sun, I think about how both of the positive aspects, the strengths of those two energies come together, and how one's strength might compensate for the other's weakness, and the other's weakness compensate for the other's strength. When I think of the sun, I think of our will, our identity, I think of our motivation. When I think of Pluto energy, I think of power, I think of transformation, death, rebirth, and how death and rebirth is necessary when it comes to everything. Like, we have to allow ourselves to die, certain parts of ourselves to die, so a new part of ourselves could be rebirth. Whenever we have a hard time letting go parts of ourselves, then we're stagnant. There's no transformation there. And I look at how Venus is in Sagittarius, and Venus energy brings me to the things that we value. But when I think of Sagittarius, I think of the opposition Gemini. And with Gemini, the opposition, I think of the things that we are familiar with, and I think of our comfort zone when I think of Gemini. When I think of Gemini energy, I think of the people in our lives that we're familiar with, and they are our comfort zone. And just because they're familiar, they'll feel safe even when these connections could be destructive. Where with Sag energy, I think of us going out of our comfort zone and exploring and checking out other things that are unfamiliar. But then when it comes to the Sag energy, I could also see the challenge in that, in the sense that a person won't take the time to understand their familiars, and instead they go out into the world and have experiences that are unnecessary. Because understanding the familiar to me is like understanding ourselves. The more I understood myself and the more time I spent alone reflecting and becoming a student of me, was the more I was able to understand others. Because when I was able to be honest and see myself, and that means seeing the good, that means seeing the ugly, that means seeing the nasty parts of myself, I was able to see other people also. Because a lot of the times we're biased and we only see the good in ourselves, or we overlook certain parts of ourselves that we dislike, but we can see it in other people. And, you know, it's like someone will do something wrong, and it's like we are unforgiving to, you know, what it is that they've done, when we've done the same thing too. But it's hard for us to see that we've done the same thing, because, you know, we refuse to see ourselves in that light. So, you know, when it comes to, say, the energies, and today I think of like the importance of balancing, the importance of balance. And balance is always important, but like I was mentioning with Gemini, Sag energy, both dealing with the mind, both dealing with information, and our inner world, our inner conversation, it brings me to the importance of learning ourselves so that we can learn and understand others better. And when I jump back to the Pluto conjunct the sun, it brings me to I am transforming, because Pluto is transformative. The sun is I am. So I am transforming. Pluto conjuncts the sun. I take control and power over me. So when I look at, say, the energies in today, the moon ruling our inner world and our inner conversation conjuncts Uranus in Taurus. So with Uranus conjuncting the moon, the Uranus energy is very innovative because of its rebellious ways to a certain extent, in the sense that in order for us to be innovative, we have to realize when something is no longer working and take a chance at the unknown. And Uranian energy brings that. And with the moon conjunct Uranus in Taurus, this is where we want to explore other avenues when it comes to our finances, explore unseen areas when it comes to creating stability and security in our lives, exploring areas or exploring things that will bring more freedom, exploring things that will be more innovative. So it's like innovative ways how we could create more security and stability in our lives. And I feel like, you know, that could be a little bit contradicting in the sense that Taurus is stable, it's traditional, it's slow moving. And because of all of that, like, we'll stick to the evil that we know because it's comfortable. But Uranus being there, you know, shakes things up and forces us to be uncomfortable in the moment in order to create comfort, long-term comfort in the future. Uranian energy being there shakes things up and helps us to be honest with ourselves when it comes to, say, certain traditions that we follow, when it comes to certain values that we have. It's like, why do we value the things that we value? When I jump back to Pluto conjuncting the sun, Pluto is like scorpionic energy, 8th house energy, our psychology. And for me, our values come first, and then our psychology is the mindset that is developed in order to protect those things that we value. So with Uranian energy there, Uranian energy is shaking up the values. Are you sure you value what you say you value? And why do you value the things you value? Do you value the things that you value because you truly value the things that you value? Or do you value the things that you value because you've been conditioned to value the things that you value? And when you know the difference, then we could create the psychology for ourselves to maintain the things that we value. Like, I think of, say, someone growing and realizing that, okay, traditionally we used to eat a certain way and the food is good, comforting. But what makes it even better is the memories that are associated with that way of eating, the way we used to get together, the things we used to do. But then a person realizes that, okay, you know, even though there's so many good memories connected to eating this way really doesn't work for us because, you know, we look at the line of, you know, family health issues that they'll say, oh, this is hereditary. When is it really hereditary, or is it the learned behavior that causes, you know, us to have this thing that keeps flowing through the family, like a generational curse, where they'll be like, oh, you know, diabetes runs in the family, high blood pressure runs in the family. Do they really run in the family, or is it the way we all eat that's alike? Is it the way we all handle stress that's alike? So when I think of Uranus and Taurus, it's like someone coming to the realization, okay, you know, I no longer value eating this way because I can see from generations and generations and generations the consequence of it. So now I value a new way, create my own foundation and my own way of consuming and thriving and living. And now I develop the psychology that supports this new way. So it's like, we first need to, you know, find out if our values truly value us, and then develop the kind of psychology that's going to support those values. So when I think of the butterfly energy as a spirit animal, it brings me to evolving to a new mindset and a new way of seeing things. When I think of the 7 of Wands in a reversal position, it's like no longer beating the dead horse type of vibe I get from that. It's like no longer wasting energy trying to defend something. When I think of the 7 of Wands in the upright position, for the first time, I'm seeing it in a way of someone defending something that they know doesn't work, but it's not even about defending the truth of a thing anymore. It's like defending something because I don't want to be wrong, or I don't want them to be right. And instead, you know, we evolve like the butterfly energy, and it's more of based on my observation and experience, what is my truth and what isn't. Such a pleasure sharing this message with you. If you'd like to book a natal chart awareness coaching session with me or check out my exclusive contents only available on Patreon, the links for that is in the description box below. Before you go anywhere, please let me know you're here with me by dropping me a red heart in the comment box below. I would love to hear from you and look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Love yourself as if your life depended on it, because it does. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.